Okay, we're going to do a quick clutch test. First one. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Can already feel that the carpet seems to be restricting the clutch. Okay, clutch is in. First gear. Slowly let the clutch out. Whoop, it jumped out. Letting it clutch out.
Big up, sir.
Showing about 25 miles an hour.
That fiasco. Or am I expecting too much?
Second gear.
What about Jill's ship? She and the other two that ran that Trog cruiser and were lodged inside when we jumped.
First gear again. Clutch seems to be working good. Let's try reverse.
Her voice trailed for nothing.
That's reverse. Clutch out.
Why would they jump? Raised
First.
Gain. You mean you don't know what they had to gain? Right. Do you have any ideas?
Okay. Good enough.
It only makes...
All right. So I went around and measured the frame to the floor. I'm at 21 3/4 here. And in the back, on this side, 21 1/2. So this side's got to go up 1/4, which is way better than I thought it was. In the front, I am 20 3/8 on the passenger side. And on the driver's side, I am, again, 20 3/8. So that's actually shocking. So what I want to do now is I'm going to get under the car. I'll take you with me. And I'm going to measure first the trailing arm angles to see if I need to go up on the passenger side or down on the driver's side 1/4. And that will be based on whichever one has a steeper angle. Or you want those as close to flat as possible. It's never practical, but you know, get it as close as you can. So, and in the front, I'm just going to check the lower control arms. You want those slightly downhill heading out. I think they are, could be even a little bit closer to level, but slightly downhill going out. So let's get under there and see what we got. Okay, so we're looking at both lower control arms. And first thing I'm going to do, I know my driver's side is 1/4 inch high. So let's take a quick look. We got my little handy angle finder here. Now I had squared this up and made sure that the chassis was squared to the frame and did all that prior. So now I'm just going to take this and I'm going to put it on here. Where's the hold button? It's the last button. Okay. And usually, if you just let that hang, it'll find vertical. Okay, so that says 1.5 degrees down towards the back. Let's check this side. Let it hang. $1.6. Okay. Oh. Got a drip. All right. Okay, so 1.6. So that one's got a little more angle on it. That side's a little higher. So I think what I want to do is lower this side about 1/4 inch. And once I do that, that should even out these arms. And yeah, we'll start with that, see what that looks like. Okay, so 4 notches, dropped it almost 1/8. Now we'll go more. A little tricky getting in here. Now, I also got to remember, got a sway bar back here. It could be loading this a little bit. So I might have to adjust on that too. Or release it. I probably need to release that. I do. So, got to grab a couple of wrenches. Let's see, I think that's 9/16. Wrench and a ratchet, unhook that. Then once I get it leveled up, I will neutralize it and reattach. That's what's holding me up though. As I'm lowering one side, it's dragging the other side with it. Okay, let me show you what I'm into here. So, the rear sway bar is here. And it's a very rigid bar. It's welded. It's got about 2 feet of area and twist. So, you know, that's meant to really hold the rear end level. So I had to loosen that up, adjust that, let that go neutral while I took and just evened up the rear shocks. Now, this chassis is stiff. I mean, really stiff. Anytime I cranked up too much on one side or the other, it just wanted to lift the whole rear. There was no kind of lifting one corner, which is good. That's what you want. So I kind of evened it up best I could, neutralized the sway bar. That was fine. Then I came up here. I measured my arms, just measured the angle on the front A-frames, lower A-frames, lower control arms. Measured that. Got those so that they're pretty equal. Same story, there's no twisting it, but it will, I did have to raise the front just a little bit because the control arms were pretty much neutral. So I raised it up about 1/4 inch, just so that, you know, when you're in the swing, you know, you're working in the sweet spot, which is, you know, ideally right in the middle of the arch. So, this should be good to go now. Notice I got a couple drips here. That's engine oil. I gotta wipe that up. But I think that's probably from when I initially primed it. Some of that got up in there and dripped a little bit. So, we'll just wipe it off and keep an eye out on it. I'm not seeing anything coming off the motor or off the pulleys, which is good. Yeah, everything looks fine. Ooh, I got a little drip right there. No. Okay, it's dry. Just shiny. Okay. So that all looks good. I was also looking up here to see if I could find a place where I could easily bolt on a couple of tow hooks. really like to have a couple of tow hooks up here so that I put it in the trailer, I can hook it easily. But I'm probably just going to end up strapping it around these control arms like everybody else does. I can catch that rear bolt on the bumper if I made a hook there, but it's the only one I can get to. Anyway, back on track here. Gotta touch that up so it doesn't rust. But yeah, that looks good. I think pretty happy with that. I'm gonna set it back down now, and let's see what it looks like ride height wise. All right, that looks okay. It's about where I want it. I got a little more clearance back here, like I want it. I got plenty of clearance on the wells though. I mean, I'm not worried about that at all. Plenty of room there. All the way through here, it's pretty good. So, yeah, I think that's gonna about do it for ride height and setup. I think I brought the front up about 1/4 inch. So I still have about 1 inch of rake in it. And hopefully I can get the lift under it. That would be nice. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna set it down on the ground now and see what it looks like. Okay, so that's what it looks like on the ground. Rake looks good. It looks low, it's very low. Anyway, yeah, I like it. Probably gonna have to mess with it a little bit more. Keep adjusting on the ride height as it wears in. You know, the shocks, the springs, everything starts to wake up a little bit. So yeah, there you go. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to do before I moved on was, and set this thing back down, was I wanted to check the pinion angle. I went through the process. I measured the engine driveline angle, crank angle, and I'm at about 4 degrees, 4.1, actually 4.0. I'm about 4.1 on the pinion on the rear end, and about 0 on the drive shaft. So all in all, the pinion and the crankshaft match. I use this Tremec app, and it recommends 3 degrees or less from the drive shaft to the pinion and the drive shaft to the motor. I've been told that can go up as high as 5 without any serious impact. I'm comfortable at 4. It's about all I can do. If I go any less than that, my transmission's gonna be up into the tunnel. So, overall, the driveline is lined up exactly where I want it. Pinion matches the crank. So, I think I'm gonna leave it there. There's really not much I can do about it otherwise. I just wanted to make sure my rear end pinion angle was right, and it is. So I'm grateful for that, because adjusting that's kind of a real pain. Okay, so that is that. I think I got a few other little things I need to do while it's up in the air here. Touch up some paint probably before I slide it back down, and mess around with that a little bit, see what I come up with. But I got a few chips that I need to repair, like that. Slammed a cord in the door and it chipped it. Boy, that door closes like a new car. I also installed these new wedge blocks right here. I made some that were slightly taller because this was not tall enough for the stock block, which is this. These are quite a bit different. You know, I've got an extra 1/8 to 3/16 of a gap here. So, and the reason for that block, it rests against this plate. And what that does is it just keeps the door from rattling on the convertibles while you're rolling down the road. What else? I'm slowly picking through the list though. If it gets nice out today, I might even pull it outside. First time moved under its own power. We'll record that. But yeah, gonna keep plugging along here. Just taking care of stuff. I've started to work on the ram air system. Very excited about that. I'll do a separate episode on that and what I did to fabricate my own ram air for the LS3. I think it's gonna work. I hope it's gonna work. I've seen some stuff online, some different ways to do it. So we'll see. And like I said, I'll do a separate episode on that bit. So anyway, gonna keep moving along.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.